The global economic system operates as a rigid, extractive machine. Built on the premise of scarcity and the continuous depletion of finite resources, it is currently fracturing under the weight of its own mathematical design. Institutional responses to this structural failure typically arrive in the form of ESG compliance, green finance protocols, and sustainable development goals. These frameworks attempt to apply an ethical, corrective layer over the existing model after the damage has already been calculated. These corrective layers consistently fall short. They leave the underlying mechanics untouched, asking a system designed for extraction to simply extract with slightly better manners. This architectural stack illustrates the core doctrine of conscience economics. Instead of applying ethics as an afterthought, this framework inverts the architecture. It requires the designer to ask the conscience question first, establishing it as the bedrock axiom before any economic modeling begins. This is an applied, documented curriculum. Submitted as a UN 2.0 educational annex, it is engineered for immediate integration across more than 190 nations. The objective of this curriculum is specific: to systematically replace GDP maximization with conscience maximization as the primary quantifiable measure of a nation's progress. You cannot save a planetary ecosystem by patching an engine built to consume it. The foundational operating system must be rewritten from the ground up. To rewrite a macroeconomy, we have to examine its microneurology. Every global economic crisis and every extractive policy originates in the fraction of a second before a human takes action. Research into the precognitive conscience hypothesis reveals that the human brain processes approximately 60,000 separate stimuli in a 1/60th of a second window.
Economic decisions are formed in this exact precognitive space. This timeline visualizes the Peridenia pause. It is a structural tool engineered to intercept that exact 1/60th of a second window before an impulse solidifies into an economic action. By forcing the decision to pass through a trinitarian filter of fairness, kindness, and goodness, the Peridenia pause ensures the resulting action is governed by conscious intent rather than blind reflex. Institutional frameworks have naturally gravitated toward this exact type of ethical filtering. From the 1932 Rotary four-way test onward, organized human conscience sought this architecture decades before the era of artificial intelligence. This conscience-first design stands in direct opposition to the architecture of our current economy, which was built by a specific, highly effective dark intelligence. Architects like Edward Bernays weaponized Freudian psychology to bypass the conscious mind entirely. They manufactured consumer consent by targeting rigid, precognitive impulses, locking populations into endless cycles of consumption. Modern behavioral economics relies heavily on B.F. Skinner's conditioning theories, using subtle nudges to alter consumer habits. But nudging a broken system is mathematically insufficient to undo 70 years of deep Bernaysian programming. An economic model dependent on manipulating blind impulses will eventually exhaust its host. Long-term systemic survival requires a structural pause that mandates conscious intent. Once the individual economic action is grounded in conscious intent, the next step is combining those individuals into resilient planetary systems. This brings us to the anthropological doctrine of Mamelou Kagem, the demonstrable fact that civilizational hybridization is the ultimate engine of economic strength. Extractive systems demand ideological purity, rigid borders, and separated classes. Regenerative systems, by contrast, only thrive when distinct cultures and disciplines intersect to share innovation. We can observe this historically in the Lisbon paradox. In the 18th century, immense wealth was extracted from the gold deposits of Ouro Preto in Brazil. It was the labor of a hybrid, Mameluco population that generated the capital required to entirely reconstruct a European capital across the Atlantic Ocean. Civilizations have always been sustained by mixture, even when governed by extraction. To achieve true economic sovereignty in the 21st century, the relationship must evolve. Marginalized populations, like the Yanomami and Cintas Largas, must own the educational and economic infrastructure, rather than simply delivering raw materials to a distant center.
Conscience Economics rejects the monolithic top-down design. Its resilience comes from fusing localized indigenous ecological wisdom with advanced external technologies, yielding systems that neither group could construct alone. This framework is not a hypothetical academic exercise. It is currently operating at a planetary scale in some of the harshest environments on Earth. This is the Solar Conscience Grid. It is a massive real-world application of Mamalucagem, successfully integrating Chinese solar technology, Uyghur herding traditions, and Tibetan ecological management. This cross-section diagram shows the precise agrivoltaic science at work. The physical presence of the solar panels lowers wind speed by 50% and reduces soil evaporation by 30%. This microclimate allows native vegetation to recover in highly degraded soil. This triggers the first phase of a closed-loop triple rotation model. During the spring and summer, poultry are introduced to the sheeted grid, feeding on pests and naturally fertilizing the recovering vegetation. In the fall and winter, cattle and sheep are rotated in. This creates a continuous biological cycle of soil fertility and generates multiple layered streams of income for the local population. This is the physical proof of the multi-species closed-loop agrivoltaic system actively functioning and scaling. The documented economic outputs of this single installation are exact. 173 villages have been lifted from poverty, with local herder incomes multiplying from 12,000 to over 100,000 yuan. The ecological outputs are equally precise. Land that was 98.5% desertified has seen an 80% recovery in vegetation. A single parcel of land now generates 7 simultaneous economic streams. Advanced silicon intelligence, including infrared drone monitoring and AI-optimized rotation scheduling, manages the logistics. The technology is strictly subordinated to serve the conscience-designed ecosystem rather than driving blind extraction. The Solar Conscience Grid validates the foundational thesis. When a system is engineered for conscience and ecological recovery first, economic prosperity becomes a mathematically guaranteed byproduct. 40% of the Earth's land surface is degraded desert. Under the current economic model, this is considered dead space. Under conscience economics, it is an immense, untapped canvas ready for total ecological and economic reclamation. The solar grid template is built for immediate deployment across the Atacama, the Sertao, the Sonora, the Sahel, and the Central Asian steppes. The logistical hurdle is delivery. How do we distribute these complex engineering and philosophical blueprints to every citizen residing in these specific, often isolated regions? The solution is the 6th module of the curriculum, OpenBooks.ai. It is a digital delivery infrastructure engineered to bypass slow-moving traditional institutional bottlenecks. This map displays the funding model. Delivering this curriculum costs $1 per citizen annually, roughly 0.75% of a national education budget. This requires no foreign aid or charity. It is a sovereign reallocation of domestic budgets into a shared global utility. To bypass language barriers, the platform utilizes AI-driven translation engines. Artificial intelligence avatars directly teach the complex agrivoltaic blueprints in local, indigenous languages, ensuring the knowledge is accessible to everyone. This establishes the blueprint for 2050, a world where silicon intelligence technology, open-source transparency, and the Peradeniya governance protocol fuse to create the first planetary conscience economy. Conscience economics is ultimately an educational mission. The system scales only by transforming every student on Earth into a local architect, equipped with the exact tools required to build the future of their own ecosystem.